and welcome to the Narrowing Path, walking the spiritual walk. My name is Stephen Einstein. Thank y'all for joining me again today for today's reading from James Allen's Daily Meditations. I'm looking forward to it. We're coming to the close of August, and it's been a powerful month, and I hope y'all have been along for the journey with me. So here we go. This is going to be fresh to you and fresh to me, meaning that you'll get my genuine response, reactions, observations, and what I relate to about the reading, as this will be the first time that I hear it or read it right here on this podcast with y'all. So, here we go. This is August 29th from James Allen's Daily Meditations. The cause of all power, as of all weakness, is within. A thorough understanding of this great law, which permeates the universe, leads to the acquirement of that state of mind known as obedience. To know that justice, harmony, and love are supreme in the universe is likewise to know that all adverse and painful conditions are the result of our own disobedience to this law. Such knowledge leads to strength and power, and is upon such knowledge alone that a true life and enduring success and happiness can be built. To the patient under all circumstances, and to be patient under all circumstances, and to accept all circumstances as necessary factors in your training, is to rise superior to all painful conditions and to overcome them with an overcoming which is sure. For by the power of obedience to law, they are utterly slain. There is no progress apart from the unfoldment within. Excuse me there. I had a tickle at the back of my throat for most of that. Excuse the stumbling over the words. It was catching me up for some reason. So, but this one's just talking about, I mean, it's pretty evident, and it's the basic tenet of the main book we talk about, or the main book that's associated with James Allen, which is As a Man Thinketh, right? The cause of all power, as of all weakness, is within. You are your thoughts, right? Your thoughts define your actions, which define your character. So, when you stop the actions, you'll see the thoughts. When you change the thoughts, you'll see the intention. When you change the intention, your whole world will change, right? So, you are setting your intention, you're setting your thoughts, you're setting your actions. It all starts inside of you. The externals are quite arbitrary at the end of the day. So, all right, here we go. Let's go through this again line by line. The cause of all power, as of all weakness, is within. So, where you are and how you are is your responsibility. The cause of all power and as of all weakness. So, if you feel like a weak person, you're very easily you succumb to emotional binges and passions. Or if you're an emotionally strong person, disciplined, adhering to principle. It all comes from internal. So, and that's the law we're talking about right there. Cause of all power, as of all weakness, is within. A thorough understanding of this great law, so this is the great law, which permeates the universe, leads to the acquirement of that state of mind known as obedience. To know that justice, harmony, and love are supreme in the universe is likewise to know that all adverse and painful conditions are the result of our own disobedience to that law. So, a thorough understanding of the great law which permeates the universe leads to the acquirement of the state of mind known as obedience. So, obedient to that law, meaning you comprehend, you believe it, and you abide by it. And that's adherence to that gives you the power and the capability to change your life, to change your perspective, which changes your life, to change your thoughts, which change your character, or which change your actions, which change your character, which change your destiny. It's a powerful, powerful thing to have available to us. And to know that justice, harmony, and love are supreme in the universe, right? Because that's where adherence to this law gets us. That's where the belief in the practice of a spiritual life will bring us due to the adherence of this law, right? And I believe this because of my own experience, but also it's been my experience. The second half is likewise to know that all adverse and painful conditions are the result of our own disobedience to that law. So when we believe our power is given to us external to us, when we believe our thought life doesn't matter, we create a very painful place to live. It's hostile, it's scary, miserable. And knowing this gives us strength. It says it here, such knowledge leads to strength and power, and it is upon such knowledge alone that a true life and enduring success and happiness can be built, right? Like, instead of waiting for the world to give us our flowers, as they say, to give us our happiness, to give us our joy, to give us all these blessings in our lives, right? We abide by this law, we follow this law, we practice the spiritual disciplines, we practice the spiritual way of living, and suddenly, guess what? An enduring success and happiness is built. The foundation stones for living a good life are not outside of us, they are internal to us. They are principled living. They are following spiritual principles, spiritual disciplines, spiritual way of life. And knowing this gives us strength and power, and is upon which knowledge, such knowledge alone, that a true life, enduring success and happiness can be built. Powerful stuff right there. He goes on here to say to be patient under all circumstances and to accept all circumstances as necessary factors in your training is to rise superior to all painful conditions and to overcome them with an overcoming which is sure, for by the power of obedience to law they are utterly slain. What a incredible position to be able to take, right? Patient under all circumstances and to accept all circumstances as necessary factors in your training. So it's this is part of that purification process that we've talked about. This is part of that living process that we have talked about repeatedly here. And when we can take those perspectives and understand that these are needed to help us grow and change and become, right? We rise above the painful perspectives we would take previously, that being the victim, not understand why the world isn't fair, why we're so unlucky, why do we have to go through this and they don't have to go through this. It's an opportunity to grow. It's it's in it's not searched out, but it's invited when it appears because we know at the other end of it, we're going to be a whole different person. We're going to have a different level of knowledge and understanding. We're going to have a different sense of security and belief in ourselves and belief in living this way of life and a deepened faith Thank God for that. Yeah, you finished. What was it, the second half of that sentence? And to overcome them, so the painful conditions, and to overcome them with an overcoming which is sure. So like it is a fact. It is a guarantee. It is known that through living this way of life, you will overcome whatever obstacles in your way. For the power of obedience to law, they are utterly slain. For by the power of obedience to this law, they are utterly slain. So when you take this way of living and then apply it in every single circumstances you come into contact with, suddenly you're getting through things, you're learning things, you're growing through things, you're getting presented with lucky opportunities, or what you would perceive as luck, but it's not. It's fruit from the seeds you're sowing. It's incredible. You're getting afforded different opportunities. You're finding joy and happiness. You're finding contentment with life. Your relationships with people are better. You don't need so much. Pretty great place to be. And now here at the end, there is no progress apart from the unfoldment within. And we're talking about the unfoldment of that narrowing path, right? The expansion of our understanding of who we are. That growth in spirituality, that growth in character, that growth in practice. That's where the progress lies. This external world is inconsequential. The circumstances will always change. It's a temporary world we live in, living temporary lives. So the spirituality is where the true peace comes from, the true growth comes from, which is what so many are searching for. So, all right. Well, thank y'all for joining me again for August 29th. Two days left. I'm looking forward to how we round this out, and I'm glad y'all are coming along for the journey. So until next time, thanks.